Hi, I'm Ashley Kiernan here at Mountaintop Furniture, and we always get asked about our leather sofas. People want to know how durable they are, if you can have your pets on them, if you can have your grandchildren on them, and yes, leather is definitely made to last a lifetime, but you have to watch out for what leather you're getting. So we're here to help educate you with that. Walking into a store can be super overwhelming because there's so many choices out there. So we want you to know the leather quality that you're looking at when you're in the store and give you these tips and tricks to use when you're shopping.
Hi, I'm Mac, and I'm here to talk about the tanning process of the leather hides that are used in the upholstery furniture you'll see throughout our store, including this sofa. There's a few key points you should know about the leather furniture we offer throughout our store. All of our manufacturers offer sofas that come with 100% top grain or full grain everywhere on the sofa. When it comes to leather, top and full grain are the highest quality in the industry. This often leaves our clients with a little bit of a sticker shock, but we believe in providing a top quality product that is a great combination of style and durability. So what is a full grain leather? Full grain leather is a true hide that just has the hair removed. This provides you with the strongest and most durable leather that has the most characteristics of a natural hide. Because of the thickness and rigidness of a full grain hide, it's a little bit more difficult to work with, which means it has a little bit higher of a price point. Top grain is the perfect blend of durability and strength. Much like full grain, they remove the hair on the hide, but during the tanning process, they shave off the top layer. This makes it easier to work with, gives it a softer feel, and hides some of the imperfections that you might see on a full grain hide, such as scarring or branding. Both top grain and full grain are products that will last a lifetime. In addition, you can rest easy knowing that all things from the tanning industry are byproducts of the meat industry. Some terminology to be on the lookout for when you're shopping for leather furniture is 100% genuine leather. This is often an industry term for vinyl, bonded, and split grain leathers, while priced at a lower threshold, as is their quality. Split grain leathers are made from less desirable hides that are pieced together and heavily corrected. Oftentimes, manufacturers will use split grains on the sides and backs. This will give you a piece that will patina at a different rate. If you ever see something advertised as bonded leather, steer clear. Bonded leather is made from the shavings of leather hides and is then bonded, quite literally, to a vinyl piece. We take a lot of pride in the products that we provide, and you can trust that any sofa you buy from us will be of the highest quality. We guarantee it.
Hey guys, my name is Meg, and today I want to help you find the most durable and comfortable options for your living room set. So most of what you'll see on our floor is from Omnia. They get their hides from Italy and from South America, but everything else is actually made in the US and Chino, California, I believe. And I know for a fact that from start to finish, they don't take any shortcuts, and they are very concentrated on making a very quality, lasting piece of furniture. For example, the cutting, sewing, and framing is all done in-house. These pieces are done with bench-made production. So instead of an assembly line where someone does a little bit of this on the piece and someone does a little bit of that, the same person in bench-made production, the same person will be sewing, will be cutting, will be stuffing, tufting, whatever it is. So there's just more consistency throughout the piece, which generally leads to a more quality piece of furniture. So basically, bench-made production is the highest level of purchasing that a consumer is able to have access to. Another piece of the puzzle is the tempered spring suspension with tie wire throughout the piece that provides more consistent comfort. So whenever you're furniture shopping, I have a little test for you. I want you guys to try slapping like the sides of the back of the piece and to see if it's empty, if it's just straight up air back there, or if it's padded. So our pieces are padded with polyurethane of I think like a 3/4 of an inch, and that number one creates just a more solid piece of furniture, and then number two, you never have to worry about the hardwood frames sliding through and rupturing the leather itself. So most of these pieces, or even the stationary pieces, actually have pillows that come off that, and they're Velcroed. That allows for easy maintenance, and if something happened to the sofa, usually it'd be a lot easier to have it sent off and fixed instead of the whole sofa having to go. So back to my favorite part. Omnia has over 200 different styles, some in motion, some in stationary. that range in style. So if you have a mid-century modern house, that's my favorite, we could do something like that. Or if you have a craftsman style house, they have beautiful frames for that, or rustic or farmhouse, just pretty much, they pretty much encompass everything with their styles. And most of the time, if something's a motion style, you can get it in a stationary, usually not vice versa. But some of their pieces also come as sleeper sofas, so you can house extra guests or whatever if you have them. So on top of that, you can take any configuration you want pretty much and make it work for your space. So if you want an L-shaped sectional, we can do that, or a U-shaped, or one with a chase on the end. I've done that many times. You could go crazy and just do a big box of a sectional, or we could just do, you know, the recliner, the sofa, the love seat. They have all the dimensions online, so it's pretty easy to do that, and we always help you guys for that too. If you guys have plans of doing like a movie theater in your home, you could do something like a love seat recliner that has a console in the middle, so everybody has their cup holders. It's kind of like the sofa that's next to me. Or I've even seen them where we did like recliner, console with the cup holders, recliner, console, and just made a whole room full of them. So you could really go crazy with that too. So I've talked about the style, but I should probably go back and talk about durability since that's pretty important. So give me a second to geek out on you guys. So one cool thing they do is they hand apply all the nail heads. Makes it very consistent and beautiful. They use a high density polyurethane foam, and they also hand select all of the hardwood frames for the pieces. So with all that information I just presented, I hope you guys can take that and pick the best frame and style and comfort that works for your lifestyle.
Hey guys, my name is Ashley and I want to tell you a little bit about the things you should consider when you're looking for a leather when you're ready to purchase. You're not just looking for the quality or the look, you're also actually going to have to consider the finish of a leather. There are a few different options that you have, and depending on your lifestyle, you really want to pick something that's sustainable for you, that you can love the way that it looks, but it's also going to wear really well with your family, your pets, your kids, whatever hobbies you have. You want to take that into consideration when you're shopping. I'm going to start by telling you about an oil finish. What you've often heard referred to as cowboy leather is really an oil finish or a waxy pull-up leather. On those leathers, what you'll see happen is as time goes by, they start wearing, and you really can see the wear on them. You can see scratches on it. If you take your nail to it, it's going to be very visible. And what happens is when you rub your nail against it, it actually spreads the oils out, so it makes the area where your nail touched a little bit lighter. It does not damage the leather in any way. It's meant to look this way. So if you want something that looks really worn in and looks like it just has a lot of life to it, a lot of life lived on it, this might be a great leather for you. Now, one of our more popular finishes is a protected finish. And why is it the most popular? Because people don't have to worry that much about it. So if you do want a leather that's going to be very consistent in its look, that's going to wear very consistently over time, a protected finish might be right for you. That means that the leather and the dye have a protected clear coating over it, which means that it's going to be easier to clean. It doesn't mean that it's really like life resistant. You still might have stains or scratches, but we actually do recommend one that's called Saloon. The Saloon finish is actually our most scratch resistant leather. So if you're looking for something protected, that might be a good option for you, but there's tons of colors to choose from to make sure that your leather's looking really, really good for a long time. Now, a nubuck finish is really quite unique. It might look a little bit more like a fabric or like a microfiber because it's soft to the touch the way that not all leather finishes are. But what happens is that they take leather and then they abrade the top of it so it kind of softens the cells on top. So it's a little bit softer. It does feel like touching a fabric. It can be a little bit more high maintenance. It does absorb oils and things easily, stains. So it's something that is truly, really beautiful, but you do have to be careful with it. It's not going to be one of those things that you just buy and don't ever worry about. You really want to keep it clean, you want to be careful on it, but it is really, really unique. There's nothing else like it in terms of finishes, so it is something that a lot of people really enjoy. Lastly, I want to tell you a little bit about embossed leathers, or what at Mountaintop we call designer leathers. So embossed leathers are, for us, all top grain leathers as well, which means it's going to have the same quality as the leather you're putting on your seat or on the back of a couch, but it's going to have a lot of design to it. So they take a stamp and with heat they apply it, so you get a really fun, really cool design that adds a lot of pop to your piece. It also may be a different color, something that's going to coordinate with the leather that you've selected. Like on the couch I'm sitting on right now, You see here we've used a designer leather to just add a little bit of flair to the piece. So it takes the piece from being fantastic to being absolutely magnificent just by adding a little bit of detail, which we can also do with fabric. We don't do a ton of fabric on frames, but we do pops of accents or colors by putting a little bit of fabric on the back, on the side rail, just to make a piece a little bit more unique. So with all that said, there are a few things that you have, I hope that you've learned, that you can know when you're going and shopping. And please make sure that you're always asking questions, because it can be a lot of information, it can be really confusing. So if you're not sure what an oil finish should look or feel like, or how it's gonna hold up, or what a new buck is gonna require in terms of maintenance, just make sure to ask your salesperson. There's a lot to know, so you can ask all the questions that you need, and we're glad to help you answer them however we can.
Hey guys, it's Rachel at Mountaintop Furniture. So today we are going to be talking about keeping your leather looking beautiful and fresh for as long as you can once you've made the purchase and it's finally in your home. So the biggest thing that we can really talk about with leather is keeping it dusted. It's probably something that people don't think about a lot, but dusting is super important for keeping your leather looking fresh and healthy. We like to treat the leather like we do our own skin. So we like to keep it dusted, we like to keep it moisturized and looking fresh all the time. So with leather, in order to keep it fresh and looking good over time, like I said, being mindful of dust is super important. We do have leather conditioners and leather milk that we have available in the store to help. Those products are something that can be applied over time to really help with keeping the elasticity of the product fresh and intact, and also making sure that your leather looks good over the years. If you do run into a little spot or a nick on your leather and you want to try and repair it, I do recommend going to your salesperson to A, check the type of leather that it is, because there will be different ways to take care of each type of leather, and B, if you do have any remedies that you are going to try on it, always try it in an inconspicuous area so that you know that it's going to work before you put it on a larger spot on your sofa. Last thing you want to do is put it on a large spot and then it ends up making a big mess or causing a big area to be very noticeable to you or your guests in your everyday home. So always be mindful of what leather type you have, and that there are different methods to cleaning different types of leathers. That's very, very important. Finally, if there is anything that goes wrong with your furniture, we do offer a program through Guardsman, which is basically a peace of mind program to give you coverage for any accidents that happen, because as neat as we all try to be, sometimes accidents do happen. You may sit down and puncture a sofa with a pin in your pocket. You may spill your coffee or your wine on your sofa, and then you freak out because you don't know how to take care of it. But Guardsman is a program that lasts for the first 5 years of your sofa's life once you have it in your home, and they will repair it. So that is something that if you have more questions on, you can always ask your salesperson, and we can definitely get you signed up for that. It's definitely a peace of mind to help you after you make your big purchase like this. So ultimately, the biggest thing that I want to emphasize to you guys is to always just check in with your salesperson if you have any questions on your product whatsoever. There are so many differences between the leathers, and we want to make sure that you have the perfect piece for your home and know how to take care of it. So there are many differences between pull-up leathers, nubuck leathers, and all of the care that goes into it. So please, please, please feel free to reach out to us, because we will always help you with any questions that you have, and make sure that your piece stays looking beautiful as long as it's in your home.
So now you have some tips and tricks to use next time you're in a store looking for a leather sofa. You know how to find some quality leather, and you know what questions to ask. And here at Mountaintop, we have design consultants on staff, just like myself, here to help you out along the way and help find a piece that's going to be fitting to your lifestyle, to have your cat or dog or your grandchild, and find just the right piece for you that you're going to love forever.